Hey y'all, how's everybody doing today? We wanted to do a quick video today about because it's something we've been talking about recently. You know, sometimes these kids they go wild, these alpha and whatever these new kids are. I don't know. I got a couple grandkids of them, but I don't know what they are. And how they are not punished, I guess you'd say, how their punishment is not like it was back in our day. So we're just going to show you a few things that were used on us when we were young and we got punished. I'll go first.
Okay.
You know what my mama used when she punished me? When I got a whooping? This. She used this. She used this hand. And I'm going to tell y'all something. She had big old man hands.
She still got some big old man hands.
And them knuckles. I would be like, if I knew I was getting ready to get a whooping by her, I would be like, go get the belt. Because her hands hurt so bad, and she had calluses on them too where she worked. She worked in a factory, so she worked hard. She worked in a chemical called Varsol, and that dries your hands out, makes them all crackly and stuff. So, yeah, when you got a whooping with that hand, you was begging for a whooping with something else. Go get something else. So that was the first thing that we got whooped with down here in the South. Now, what's your thing? Flip-flop. That's right. A flip-flop. And I'm going to tell you this. Not only did you get whooped with a flip-flop by your parents, who else did you get whooped by a flip-flop from?
It wasn't me. It was Cameron.
Okay, well, her brother got whooped with a flip-flop. And I'm sure she had one every now and then. But who else whooped with a flip-flop?
Tara Lynn.
Which is my best friend. So down here in the South, if you have a BFF and you have kids and they have kids, hey, you go ahead and whoop them children. And I have seen her chase him and my youngest son around the yard with a flip-flop. And something else that she used on them. Hold on. All right, Charity, what else? A spatula.
I thought it was a wooden spoon.
No, it was not a wood. They might have got whoopings with a wooden spoon, but I remember they got whooped by my friend with a spatula, and they broke the end off of it, and my son was so upset, not because he got whooped, but because she broke the spatula. She broke the spatula on him. He's like, she owes us a spatula. No, she don't. No, she don't. So, that was another thing that we get whooped with down here in the South. Now, the next thing would be, if you in the kitchen and you aggravating your mama and you just won't shut up, then the next thing, fly swatter. How many times have you been whooped with a fly swatter?
Not many.
I don't think she got many whoopings growing up. I don't think she got as many as she needed.
I mean, I remember it was a couple, but it wasn't many.
It wasn't many.
No.
I did. I got a lot. But if you're in the kitchen and you aggravating your mama, you better believe there's a fly swatter on the wall somewhere, and she's going to reach up and grab that thing and swat you.
Now hand me that.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I used to get whooped with.
And it was the kind that would wrap around your legs.
It was the kind, yeah. It was thick at the bottom and thin at the top, and she'd hit all of us. We didn't even do nothing.
I carried a switch with me everywhere I went.
Yeah.
And where else did I have it?
On the dash.
Right. So if I had my kids lined up in the back, 3 of them in the back, and one of them misbehaved, what happened?
We all got hit.
You all got your legs swatted. Because I'm driving. I can't just reach back there and point out one kid. So everybody got their little legs swatted.
She also liked to pinch.
Tell them why I pinched you.
Oh no, I didn't do no wrong.
She is so lying. You are a lion.
I am not a lion.
You are a lion. When we went to the Kmart, she had a really bad habit of walking in that door, and I didn't like to put them in buggies because I didn't want them to fall out of the buggy, and I would have to sometimes, but she would want to go straight to where the toys were, and with that being said, she would just take off. So when I had to get to the point where I'd take her in and I would set her down, and I would go ahead and pinch her before she took off, and I'd be like, you get away from me and this is what you're going to get. So yeah, she did get some pinches. We're eating some ice cream called Frollies. They come from, I got mine at Food Line, I don't know, but they're really good, but it's hot out here today. So our last thing that we know that we got whooped with down here in the South, a belt. A good old belt. Now, I'm going to tell you a story.
Lord.
When I was young, I'd get whooped by the belt if it wasn't my mama's hand, and I'd get whooped by the belt. But we had a strap. It was about yay long, and it was about that wide and about that thick. And my mom and daddy would always say, don't you open that closet in the bathroom. Don't open that closet. Well, I'm sorry, but if you tell me not to open the closet, I'm going to open the closet, right? So, I opened the closet, and what I found that strap. Well, I took that strap, and I hid it. And I thought, boy, the next time I act up, they ain't gonna get me with that strap, because I done hid that thing. And I hid it good. Well, let me tell you, my mom and daddy must have known their house better than I did, because they found that strap. And they didn't tell me they found that strap until the next time I got ready to get in trouble. And my mama come at me with that strap, and I was more surprised. Where'd you find that dang strap at? I was more surprised than that than I was worried about getting a whooping. Well, so they put the strap back up there. Little did I know, well, I got the strap again. I cut that thing up. I'm going to tell you, I hid and I cut that strap up. I said, I'm going to fix them this time. Well, little did I know, my daddy worked in a belt factory. And I didn't put two and two together and realize that he worked in the belt factory. So guess what? He could get straps anytime he wanted them. And he did. So I had to learn the hard way that don't mess with the belt or the strap, because there's going to be more. I mean, we probably had a dozen or more straps or belts in that house. But then I just had to find out. Finally had to, figure out how to act so that way I wouldn't get in trouble.
And you still didn't do that.
Well, And then there was always the popular hand to mouth. Shut up. If I tell you to shut up and you don't shut up, I could be driving down the road. This ain't me, this is my mama. She could be driving down the road, and if I wouldn't shut up about something, or I was whining because I didn't get something at the store, she could drive, never take her eyes off the road, bap, right in the mouth. And I'm going to tell you, that hurts. Sometimes it jarred your teeth a little bit. But those are the things, and one more thing I did not get this as a whooping, but some of my friends did, and I know my husband did, a tobacco stick. They got whooped with tobacco sticks, and I'm sure that didn't feel good. And I guess that's why, number one, either the baby boomers didn't exactly mind growing up, or they did mind growing up. And what I mean by mind is like, did what they're supposed to do, because them baby boomers was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild. But so leave us a comment and tell us what you got whooped with growing up, because down here it's just about anything that they could pick up and whoop you with, but those are the ones that we remember. She didn't get a whole lot of whooping. She didn't get enough, but I did. And she does know what her brothers got whooped with, even though she didn't get no whooping. So,
I did.
She didn't get enough.
I did. I mainly got whooped with the hand or a switch. or fly swatter.
Well,
But as far as the flip flop and the spatula, no, I did not.
can I do that now?
No.
Sometime I want to.
Just because you want to don't mean that you are.
I could. All right. Thanks for watching today. And like I said, leave us a comment if it's something that you got whooped with that we didn't mention on here today. We want to know. We want to know because these kids today just ain't getting it. They're getting talked to, which I got talking to
Gentle
too.
parenting.
Gentle parent. My daddy didn't. I could count on my hand how many times my daddy whooped me. And he would give me a talking to, and sometimes that was just as bad as getting a whooping. Because when they have to point out what you do wrong and how disappointed they are in you, then that kind of hurts your heart a little bit. You get your whooping, you get your butt tore up or your legs, and you move on with life. But
well, see, he didn't hit hard.
He didn't. And he didn't get a lot of whoopings growing up, from my understanding. My daddy's 88 years old, so...
He'd be like a little pat.
Yeah, and think that he's done something.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him no different. One time he did get mad at me because I had some cigarettes hid in my bedroom. I was about 12, 13 years old. And he found them cigarettes. And we got into an argument. And I'm going to tell you what he did. He took my boom box. It was one of them boom boxes where speakers come off the side. I know you don't know what I'm talking about. But the speakers would come off the side of them. And he took my boom box. And first he took my cigarettes. And he crushed them up and put them in a tomato can. And I didn't have no cigarettes. And then when I got upset and yelled at him about it, which I regret doing, I shouldn't have done that. He took that boom box and took it out on the back porch and took a hammer and he busted that boom box all to pieces right there in front of my face. Oh, I cried because that was a hand-me-down boom box from my brother. So I cried and cried and cried, but that was how he punished me. He didn't whoop me. He didn't come at me that day and whoop me, but he tore up my heart. That tore up my soul. But I shouldn't have been smoking, but I was. They done warned me, whatever. But that's how my daddy handled parenting.
He didn't whoop you. He took the things that you
loved. He
loved.
took things away. And I'm going to tell you, that hurts a lot worse because you're going to get over that whooping. But you're going to go in the house an hour later and want to listen to that boombox and it ain't there. But your butt won't be sore or your legs won't be sore within an hour or so. Give me the whooping. Oh, I say. But anyway, thank y'all for joining today. We'll see you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. We got more Southern things coming your way. We're getting back in the groove, y'all. Bye.
Bye.